Gutmann was the first of the superstar coaches. So Gutmann would have really appreciated being a cult figure, like, for example, Mourinho is today, or Guardiola. He never got that recognition. I've been following the William Hill Sportsbook of the Year for many years, and often buying books off the short list, off the long list. To even appear on those lists was a great thrill for me, and to win it obviously would be a dream.
I think the entire book evolved very, very organically because Declan was A, very reluctant to talk about his story, and B, very unpredictable in how he decided to talk about it. So I think my process of writing it was very chaotic, and we sort of improvised as we went along. But at the same time, because it was so challenging, I think it was probably the most joyful thing at the end of it for both of us.
Of all the races that Tom Simpson won, I think that the World Championships in 1965 probably gave him the most pleasure. And he'd just come off abandoning the Tour de France, and his career was really in jeopardy of flatlining. And he was in danger of not getting a contract for the next year. So he wasn't just winning the world's most prestigious bike race, he was really securing his future. Being a finalist is an immense honour, it's a privilege. Just looking down the list of the past winners and the shortlist this year, it's fantastic to be in such exalted company. Fingers crossed.
Well, there were so many books about Ali already written, but nobody had done the complete biography. Nobody had gone back and looked at his ancestry, looked at every fight, looked through his FBI records. So I spent almost 5 years on this book, and I interviewed more than 200 people, including all of his ex-wives. And there was a lot of new material that I was able to discover that, you know, I think even Ali didn't know about some of the things I discovered.
Do you know, I'm so absolutely delighted to be on the shortlist. Myself and all the other people who swim regularly don't really see ourselves as sports people. This isn't a book about elite athletes and people who are training, you know, 50 hours a week and doing that very high-end stuff. This is about ordinary women in the main. And so I'm absolutely thrilled that there's something that celebrates really ordinary people on the list.
The book evolved really as a multidisciplinary project which involved archaeologists, geophysicists, artists, photographers, and most crucially the fans who have a long kind of history and passion for the club.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I'm here, quite honestly. I mean, some of the subjects that are being talked about and are on the shortlist are incredible. You know, just the depth of humanity which is explored in such detail. It's such a privilege to be here. But regardless of who wins, you know, it's just given me such a boost for awareness of the book. I mean, it's my first book, and it's because of William Hill and because of the awards that even in the last sort of 3 weeks, 4 weeks since the shortlist has come out, people have started looking at the book and talking about it, and the impact's been astonishing for me.
I think a good sports book is just like almost like a jigsaw puzzle, but you've got to get, you know, all the pieces in the right place. So you've got to have a good story, a good premise to write the book. Does it grip you? You know, because it can be the most worthy and erudite and intellectual book on earth, but actually if you're sitting there going, I'm not really that bothered, then it may be a good book, but it's not a good book. And I think there is a big difference between the two. Well, you don't have to be a Liverpool fan to enjoy the book.
There've been stories out. Well, first off, it's a story that I never wanted to reflect on. The opportunity to do such a thing.
The winner of the William Hill Sportsbook of the Year for 2017 is, in the words of one of our judges, Alison Rudd, she said, "This is the first sports book I've ever read that I've wanted to stroke." And that is because its mixture of words and pictures is truly extraordinary. And the winner of the Sportsbook of the Year is Tom Simpson, Bird on the Wire. Congratulations. Cirque you in.
I'm literally speechless. I didn't prepare anything. So many thanks have to go to so many people. And of course, I'm very grateful to the judges and William Hill and Graham Sharp for choosing this book. It must have been an incredibly hard task, because I think all 7 of these books are deserving of winning. So thank you very much. And the drinks are on me at the bar later.
Stay there, Andy.
Still a bit in disbelief, in shock. It feels fantastic though. It's a great honour, an immense privilege. I'm just delighted. I think I might go to Epsom or Day of the Races with some friends. I know a few people who like a bit of a flutter, and we'll have a fantastic day of fun there, yeah, of gambling.
Yes, brilliant.